want to just say to the gentlemen who are here, I want to thank you for being men of quality. Men of quality are not threatened by women of equality. This has been one of the more difficult few months of my life in politics, I must tell you. And to have elected someone who's so many things that are racist, misogynist, sexist, and beyond, makes me even more certain that what you are doing here tonight to celebrate electing more women to public office is imperative. Because at the end of the day, there was actually a research study funded that looked all over the world. And they found when a parliament or a legislature or a Congress got over 30% women, the values fundamentally changed. Guess what? They invested more in education. They invested more in families. They invested more in health care and more in senior citizen protections. The truth is, California and America are in a difficult spot right now. We have actually been disinvesting in some of the things that we should all care about, starting in this state with education. Did you know, in spite of all the talk, we're in the bottom 10 of the 50 states. And per pupil spending, if 55 hadn't passed, we would have dropped nearly to the bottom again. And the truth is, we live in a country where you got more preschool in Oklahoma and Georgia. Any Californians here that are proud of that? Not a one, I bet. And so of course we should have full-day kindergarten. Of course we should have a bigger investment in smaller classes and all sorts of other things. And we ought to be invested in community colleges, state universities, and the University of California. So what I'm saying to all of you is that means we actually have to be about the business of identifying important people. Mona, who I have known for a long, long time, more than 30 years. We were puppies. I will say Mona has been a rock star in terms of identifying and inspiring and promoting women to various jobs. And I salute Jerry for appointing her. But at the end of the day, we all have to find many more people who will serve on, yes, our planning commissions and our Parks and Rec commissions and our other commissions, but also elect them to our city councils and school boards. Look at the big cities in California. There is only one major city of the top 10 that has a woman as mayor, and that's Oakland. The first ever, by the way, mayor of a city in America over 100,000 was Janet Gray Hayes in San Jose, California. But we haven't done a really great job since then. So we need to identify, yes, the jobs are important, whether it's on the city council of a small city, I started out in Union City, California, or whether it's on the school board of a big school district or a little school district or anything in between, whether it's on some county commission or the county board of supervisors, city council or mayor. We have got to bring more people in who have the three things that are missing. And I'll just tell you this. Look, most of the people in the legislature are smart. In both parties, they're smart. What's been lacking lately has been enough courage. The courage to really do the hard things. To really do the hard things. The vision to look into the future. Listen, when I left to go to Davis, in the 60s, 9 out of 10 campuses of UC were built and open. We built one campus in 51 years. CSU, all but 3 of the main campuses were built and opened. Community colleges, all but 2 of the main campuses were built and opened. So I'm here to tell you, I've been a member of the National Women's Political Caucus. I'm a founding member of that. I've been in so many other groups. I chaired Close the Gap to recruit more Democratic women to run for office this year, and thank God we didn't lose any Democratic women. But the Republicans are down to 1 woman in the legislature. The truth is, we have to identify people, yes, great men and great women, but they have to have courage, they have to have vision, and last but not least, they have to have heart. Amen. At the end of the day, that's really something we have to not be ashamed of. I love Madeline Cunan's line. She said, speak the truth, even if your voice shakes. So as women, let me just tell you, the only person in my family who cried more easily than I did was my dad. 6'2" man with a 19-inch neck, a machinist, but he had a heart of gold. And I will just tell you, we all have to be willing to, yes, show our hearts, to show a little bit of empathy and sympathy and even a tear or two, if what it means is it moves people to change our world. because I want you all to know that we can change our world. We are so lucky. We live in a country where there's so many things possible, and yet somehow we're getting faint-hearted. So let's go out and find those people, women and men, who have the courage, who have the vision, who have the heart, to move the mountains that are the future. I'll leave you with this thought. My favorite quote, some of you have heard me speak before, know I use it a lot, but it's Neil Postman. He said, "Children are a living message we send to a time we will never see." What is our message to the future? My mother and dad came out of a terrible depression and a great war, and their message, they didn't have much. They did everything for their children. That generation did everything for its children. If they could do what they did, why can't we show some courage, some vision, some heart, and imagine a state and a nation where there really is freedom and equality for all, and we proudly step up and defend everyone, and we don't elect thugs to lead us who make fun of people with disabilities, who make fun of people whose children were killed in the war, who make fun of people who have made no worse choice than to have compassion and courage, even if they were poor. I say to each of you, thank you for supporting this organization. Let's get us up to 400 members. Let's get us up to 1,000 members. Let's turn this state into a state that dreams of a tomorrow that's as glorious as the one some of us got to live in. So my thanks to all of you for supporting the FemDems. I'm in, and I thank you for being in.